ShelterBox help families all over the world when they have lost their homes after a natural or man-made disaster. When disaster strikes, ShelterBox send big green boxes filled with all the important things a family would need to survive. Imagine if you were caught up in a disaster. Imagine if you lost your home. What do you think you'd need to survive? Remember, it's not what you'd want, but the kinds of things you'd need. Do you think a laptop would help you shelter from the rain? A tent would be much better. If you were cold, do you think expensive jewels would keep you very warm? A blanket would though. If you were hungry, would you be able to eat your iPod? No, you'd need a stove to cook food on.
Yep.
Shall we see what's inside? A family tent, blankets to keep you warm, mosquito nets, a special pack for children so that they can colour and draw, a stove to cook on, pots and pans to cook with, a toolkit for building and mending, and water containers and purification. What a lot of things go inside. Here's some fascinating facts you probably didn't know about ShelterBox. Each ShelterBox has its very own number. This means that if you raise money for a box, you'll be able to see exactly where in the world it went. Did you know a full ShelterBox weighs 50 to 55 kilograms? That's more than 3 small children. Did you know that each ShelterBox tent is tested in a wind tunnel and can withstand winds of up to 120 kilometers per hour? An empty ShelterBox can hold 40 gallons of water. The plastic box can be used as a table or even a bath. This is what a ShelterBox meant to one little girl who survived an earthquake.
My name is Siti Aisha, and I live in the village of Barukan in Java, Indonesia. A few days ago, we were woken up by the sound of the ground shaking. My house fell down and a lot of my things were lost, but I am very lucky because I still have my family. All of the houses are gone and lots of my friends are no longer here. The box had many things inside. My favourite thing is the drawing book and coloured pencils. I am still very scared that there will be another earthquake. I only feel safe sleeping in a tent. Now I can think about returning to school. I would like very much for things to go back to the way they were before.
Get involved. Let's look at some exciting ways that you can find out more and get involved. Jump on our website and find out more about ShelterBox. www.youngshelterbox.org. Have some fun working as a team and put on a fundraising event for ShelterBox. So remember, next time you watch the news and see a disaster happening, you'll also know how to help ShelterBox to keep sending them those very important things in their big green boxes.
So what do you think? Pretty cool? So I want to give you a few more facts. We don't put a one-person tent in the box. How many people do you think our tent will hold? 12, that's close. Just say a number. Yeah? 15. Our tent holds 10 people. How long do you think the tent will last? Just say a number. Go ahead. 10 years. We got 10 years over here. You in the pink. 15 years. We're not quite there yet. A little lower. 5 years. Well, I can let you know that there was a major earthquake in Haiti. And that was in 2010, 2011. And luckily, those families are still rebuilding their lives. We have people still in those tents 4 years later. So the quality of those tents are something that you normally don't buy at the Big Five. Okay? Quick question, you can shout out the answer. How many kids does a ShelterBox weigh? Go ahead. 3. It's 55 kilograms. Fun fact on that, that is the maximum weight that we can put in the box for air freight. So we try to get as much in the box as we can to be able to fly these boxes to where they need to go. How many gallons of water does this box hold? Go ahead. Go ahead. 40 gallons. So think about it. 40 gallons, you can hold a lot of water in there. So right now in the country of Fiji, we have people that use that box to hold rainwater, fresh water, because they're on an island. We actually have people that use that box as a bassinet to hold babies. You can believe it. Okay, what other things were in the box that you noted? Mosquito nets. Does anybody here like to be bitten by mosquitoes? No, neither do I. So mosquito nets are pretty important. Go ahead. Blankets. How many of you think you might need a blanket at night to sleep? I do too, yeah. That's good. So what other things do you think would be important if you didn't have anything? Go ahead, in the hooded sweatshirt. Pots and pans. That's to do what? Yeah, you want to be able to cook. What else do you think you might need? Soap. Well, we don't quite put soap. You might. A stove, excuse me. Our stove, he brings up a good point. The stove that's in that box is something that will burn just about anything, from paint chips to wood to cow dung. Okay? There's something that's very important that you need to survive. What do you think it is? Guy, young man in the back. That's you. A water container, that's part of it. What else do you think you'd need? There in the far right corner, the food. Well, we don't quite put the food in. Don't you think clean water to drink would be important? Okay, so we have a water purification kit that will actually keep the water clean for up to 3 years. So we do that, okay? Just another fact, these boxes are packed in England, Cornwall, England. You all know where England is? Okay. So then we have the boxes shipped throughout the world to be pre-stored. Some of the places that we have them stored at would be Dubai, the Philippines, Australia, Panama. Some of these countries you may or may not be familiar with, you can look at a map, because we can get these boxes out to the field within 48 hours. Here's one last fact before I turn it over to Kylie, is ShelterBox on average goes out about once every 2 weeks. We're currently on deployment in Fiji, in Ecuador, in Paraguay for some flooding, and in the Middle East for the Syrian refugee crisis. So we stay pretty busy. So with that, I'll bring up Kylie, and she can tell you how you and your team can help.
Did that inspire you? Yeah. Do you want to help? Yeah. What if I told you that you can help by eating popcorn? You can, because on May 20th, we are going to have a popcorn sale. And so you can bring your money, $1 per bag, and you can eat popcorn.